Grand Set at Heatwave, where Penguin actually like walked up to Cake and was just like coaching him like before the set started of just like this is the things you need to do against ZeeBee. Like we need to make sure that you win this time. And I mean, since then, Cake's results against ZeeBee have been solid. So we have the first ban coming out. Yeah, ZeeBee attempting the Mollo off the cuff. I mean, I feel like this is kind of like the tradition now. Against people that have winning records against them, ZeeBee's going to go to the Mollo first to see how much this character can make headway.
I mean, it's kind of the test right now. If you're trying to get top level experience with your new character, it is like, I got to do this and I got to do this fast. Okay. I do note that he's opting to go right back to the finisher bombs. Oh, Nair sent that in a really interesting direction. I think that's going to be a huge thing in the future for this. Yeah, Cake already showing very willing to not only play around Mollo's bombs, to play with Mollo's bombs.
Already setting Clone as a way to just engage ZeeBee from just a safe distance, especially because like ZeeBee wants to be in the air so much. Like being able to deal with that Clone in a way that doesn't leave him exposed for the real deal, very tough.
Ooh, just drops down with it. Yeah. I was fully expecting a different hitbox to come out.
And it definitely looks like Cake was expecting like a drop down aerial as opposed to just the fastball.
I was too. Oh my god, that was such a good follow-up.
Wow.
That was such a good, the Cake to pull, or not Cake, the Cape to pull back, but then gets the double down tilt. Oh my god, that was so cool.
I mean, ZeeBee now has a stock on the board, but this is kind of looking still like such solidly Cake's favor.
ZeeBee has to make Cake bleed, and I think needs to figure out which character to do that with.
So far, though, this is a really solid percent on this second stock. Especially if ZeeBee can line up the right finisher setup. Especially waiting to cook it, that's going to send Cake, right to oblivion. Only 19% now. ZeeBee's in a really good position.
I mean, that's the power of the finisher bomb. I was about to say, like, I would love to see him mixing it up more because I think he'll get more neutral wins with others, but, like, that's the reason you do it. I don't need that neutral win as often if one kills.
Yeah.
And ZeeBee is definitely the kind of player who will really focus on that risk reward and not just like, all right, where are my neutral openings, but is the neutral opening strong enough? I thought that he killed himself for a second.
Oh, he did kill himself! Wisely, you were right. Just a little too soon. The gift of prophecy was bestowed upon you.
I mean, he did it twice. Why did he do it twice? Let me at least finish explaining first. That is the reason and the power of the Anarchist Moth. Stuff happens. There's chaos.
It's the Jollo, I believe. The Joker Mollo is the style of play. Shout out to Arizona Azura.
I hope everyone else could hear that.
I hope people at home heard ZeeBee scream what at that.
the parry and just immediate.
Like, that kind of speaks to like the level of comfort, right, that Cake has been building up, especially with the workshop characters, right? He hasn't waited to be upset by one of them before understanding how they work.
I feel called out right now.
I'm attacked.
Okay.
Beautiful follow!
That was so good.
The air dodge right afterwards.
Oh my god, there's 3, 4. I do not feel comfortable with that many finishers on the screen. That one setup was so cool.
This time, Cake turning it around.
Really, ZeeBee's the first person to start getting like very top-level wins with some of the workshop characters.
Yes.
We've seen there's a few other people that are pulling out Palm. There's a few other, like, Sego has Olympia.
Sego's Olympia has also been putting in fantastic work.
It has.
We haven't really had the chance to see him show it offline since Cost, but...
yeah, I was specifically thinking a lot of these offline events, but... Ooh, okay. But I am excited to see them coming out, both from seasoned vets as well as like Kragg, the newer palm player, things like that. Okay. Ooh! Oh my god!
He gets all of it together.
I guess that's why you have like 5 out on the scrreen, and then you just tap them. Deal with this now.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like all I needed was to reset your animation. It didn't need to be a combo. I just needed you to not be doing anything right now.
Well, I need you to not be grounded, so you can not parry it. If you can't parry and you can't air dodge, like one of these 4 is going to hit you.
I mean, especially with a finisher in the mix, right? Like if you air dodge too early, then the finisher kills you. And now we have a similar situation as previously, right? ZeeBee was being edge guarded, tossing out finishers, not afraid. And here we have Cake getting that first down strong.
I also think a lot of this is why we are on Abyss right now. Because like, oh, you don't have a platform to escape all of this barrage.
You know, honestly, one thing that finisher has been giving ZeeBee, even if it's not connecting, is first of all, when the bomb's being thrown, it is like getting rid of smoke, and then the big explosion is just like, no more smoke in this corner of the screen.
What I'm trying to figure out is why is ZeeBee able to get way more setups than instead of just raw hits than before? Because before it was just like, the bombs are creating chaos.
Oh, that teleport by CakeAssault! That bomb was covering every angle. He really needed that invincibility.
Oh, does it? Oh, jeez. Being out there.
The Cake first! And it's Cake who dies first! The pickup of the finisher and everything else. ZeeBee is so proud of that.
That is the thing that ZeeBee will look back on from this entire tournament now. That is the ZeeBee is most proud of that one interaction. you cleanly 3-0'd a very good player? Nah. You got a weird who's gonna die first setup? Cool. That's what I'm gonna see on Twitter later.
You know, the thing that I'm forced to remember is their winner set at Heatwave. The last time that ZeeBee beat CakeAssault offline was Cake was up 2-0, and then this minor interaction happened off stage with ZeeBee's pillar that ended up causing Cake to lose the game, and then ZeeBee reverse 3-0'd him off of that, right? Like that just like quiet suddenly, things didn't quite work out, even though it feels like it should have, into things falling apart for CakeAssault. And the thing is though, Cake has spent so much effort this season working on mitigating things going wrong from damaging him like too much, right?
It doesn't feel like Cake's peak got better. It feels like Cake's floored it.
Yes.
And that is the really scary part.
We always knew what Cake was capable of doing, like when the pressure was on, right? It just him being able to bring it out even before that moment is like so much of what has made his reign this season so dominant. ZeeBee just trying to hold on to center stage, getting a prompted response again for that finisher, right? As a way of...
Though I did really like that ZeeBee just ran right at Cake at that point, knowing like, you've got a little bit of it's a little bit of the, like, everyone's too focused on the bomb now.
Yes.
Like, oh, I have to hit the bomb back instead of sometimes running.
Yeah.
So, all right, you're going to try to hit the bomb back, I'm going to hit you with the whiff.
It reminds me of, like, Duck Hunt in Smash 4 and Ultimate, where it's just, like...
I was thinking Diddy Banana, yeah.
Well, because, like, the thing is, the can is actually rarely the thing that kills you. It's your fear of the can, right? You trying to roll through it, that then gets Duck Hunt at the stop.
Ooh, goes deep.
Ooh, gets a juicy charge on that. And the thing is, when Mollo is charging that forward air, he gets like slightly better air drift too. So he's able to follow you a bit better as well. Yep, just Cake not panicking about the finishers being thrown his way.
And then that is what this, especially you're playing through the bullet hell. You are playing Enter the Gungeon, but on a platform fighter. Like, you cannot panic.
Especially
you're done.
You don't have the combat roll from Gungeon, right? Like, that's how you deal with that. And you have blanks in that game.
Ooh, I like that. The extended hitbox to not even have to worry about it. Okay.
ZeeBee fishes
so deep.
hard for a spike.
I mean, it's been working. It's been working.
I mean, part of the thing that's nice about that, too, is just putting the idea in Cake's head as the set continues that, like, I will sometimes come out here and be swinging. So, like, you can't do your optimal distance recovery all the time.
That was a wild couple of seconds there. Okay. Cake's up now. Very high percent, though.
just the spike poking through. So much smoke, and the bat's coming out from ZeeBee. I guess hoping for a magnetism at the tip of the bat.
I mean, it's ZeeBee shockingly gets more bats than anybody else. Okay, okay. I heard some giggling, but this is honestly, this is your chance, ZeeBee.
Yeah. If ZeeBee can take the set control here and win this game 3, that is a huge surge of momentum that you need to not only like take a set, but maybe from there, maybe it's too soon to even talk about
it. No,
I won't put it into it.
We're not gonna put that into the world yet.
Yeah.
The people know. They know what's going on. Oh, the forward tilt the wrong way.
The finisher bomb gonna cover that top platform, and we have firecrackers.
Blows himself up, and that's why this is a good stage for that. I will continue throwing things off stage to deal with your.
That was a volleyball of death.
Oh, doesn't die. No, does. Okay,
does.
I thought he was gonna go to the corner. No purple.
He was having fantastic DI there, but just not quite good enough. CakeAssault pulling that win together, getting up 2-1 now against ZeeBee.
TV's got to go do 2 in a row now.
2 in a row, but looking better. Looking
a lot better.
Yeah.
And I will say, at least you get the counter pick right now.
True.
You will have to win one on Cake's counter pick, but let's see where we go.
Oh, we had the Kragg.
We're getting the Kragg.
Okay. Not even the counter pick, right? This is main.
This is the main, but like
it feels like the counter pick because Mollo's been doing so much for ZeeBee.
Yes, but the Mollo is what is making Cake bleed right now. And so the Kragg is all right, I need to go back to what I know.
I mean, it's that, and then also just like from a pure historical perspective, Kragg did get him multiple CakeAssault wins last year. Like this is a character that has been able to do it in the past.
Yep, this isn't unheard of, but it is unheard of for 2022.
ZeeBee opting for Tower of Heaven. As maybe,
I feel like from all the stages we saw and from the Mollo and everything, going to Tower of Heaven with Kragg versus Forsburn feels like a huge throwback.
Yeah.
Like this is classic rivals now.
We're back to before the DLC. Original 6.
This is the 20. I was going to name a year. I don't remember what year each DLC came out.
Don't quiz me on that,
nope.
please.
No.
ZeeBee setting up a wall of nairs at the edge of the stage and getting CakeAssault to that death percent. What?
Great parry. And you saw that dash back because Cake can choose when he pops the clone. And so that is just like a read on, I think you are going to go back. Ties off the top. ZeeBee wanted to live into the corner so badly that he actually signed his own death sentence.
Yeah. But okay, looking for that spike off the top, off the bottom rather. ZeeBee has found it against like almost all of his other opponents, but just hasn't gotten it against CakeAssault.
Yeah, this works against everyone else. Does it work against Cake?
Seeing how much, not just that like ZeeBee is like running back and disengaging from Cake, but the fact that he's getting these parries off of the clone, right? As that's his opener.
That read has worked twice now. It is on Cake to mix that up, and I know Cake will, but the question is how soon? And will ZeeBee be able to answer right back? Okay.
Full stacks of combust. This is either a ticket back to the stage or an early stock, depending on how this next few interactions play out.
This is do or die for ZeeBee. If you don't do this, this is your last stock.
Goes in deep for a forward air.
So scary.
Yeah, I mean, like it makes sense, especially because like the spike didn't work earlier, right? ZeeBee really wanted to mix up and catch a different angle, but still wasn't able to find it.
This stock is going wild right now.
100% already dealt by Cake. That's going to get ZeeBee the stock, but at 3 digits, ZeeBee is in a tough position and sent to the opposite direction of his rock. Not going to be able to take off it, and CakeAssault takes out ZeeBee. 10 tournaments in a row. The Cake sweep is real.
The Cake sweep continues. 10 in a row at Big House 10. Has not lost an RCS event on LAN since 2019. Has not lost an RCS event, including online, in all year.
Yes. And which is insane, because that counts the online, too. Like,
Yes.
that is supposed to be where Cake's at his weakest, and he's still winning there, too.
Oh, no, last year, that was the, like, okay, this is how you get your Cake win. You fight him online. You do it, like, not guaranteed. It's still hard, but that is where the god bled.
Yeah.
And God does not bleed anymore.
It's like a crazy, scary new world here for us in Rivals. Like, that is the ultimate problem. And the thing is, like, since everybody is stepping up their game so much, it feels like, understandably, the more pressing problem for everybody is the person who's between me and Cake, right? Because for everybody,
Yes.
it's different. And it makes sense that you want to study for the person that you're expecting to fight. You get past that person, it's like, oh, now it's the bonus final boss that I have to beat. Like, I was, not necessarily, I wasn't planning on getting this far, but, like, you know, in terms of your study ratio.
It is not just the final boss. It is the, like, I had to collect 7 gems in order to unlock the bonus. This is the Sephiroth. This is the...
But the thing that's messed up is, like, in Sonic, when you get those 7 emeralds, right, you get invincibility for that bonus boss. But, like, you don't have that here.
Nope. Nope.
No ultra power-up mode here against CakeAssault.
No New Game Plus.
This is, yeah, Cake's working into Heatwave on a fantastic streak. Heatwave being, like, the Rivals-focused major, right?
Yes, it's the Rivals Grassroots. The biggest game there is Rivals.
Yes.
It started as a Rivals-only event.
It is in the heart of Arizona, one of the most vibrant Rivals of Aether communities. In the country, right? And since then has grown to encompass other indie games. And even though it doesn't draw the numbers that we see at, like, Genesis or Riptide, everybody there is going to Arizona to play
there is
Rivals.
so stacked.
So everybody's scary because you don't do that casually.
Yep, watch out for that in November, and then the next large Rivals event post-Heatwave is going to be Genesis, which is the... Finale. I was going to say is the Grand Championships, but I think it's just the normal championships. Yep. I'll be there. I'm sure you'll be there. Let's hear from Cake.
Yeah.
Let's hear from Cake.
Absolutely. Wisely, you're going to get your chance to ask him questions. He keeps winning, so we all get our turn. It's wonderful.
It's really hard to come up with new interview questions for Cake right now.
Well, good luck.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hello. You did it.
Yeah, I did it.
You did 10 in a row.
Ooh, one more. I didn't tweet yet. Can I tweet now?
Sure, you can tweet now. As long as you keep answering questions while you're tweeting. Wait, show the people the badge. Show the people the
medal?
Yeah.
There you go.
It is big and it is shiny.
It says the Big House USA. It looks pretty cool.
There we go.
Back of it says champion, whatever, blah, blah, blah. What should I tweet?
I mean, the typical is the Cake sweep.
Right, I mean, Cake sweep somewhere in there. It's
right.
Like towards the end, hashtag.
I mean, are you making a meme, or are you just being like, I've done 10 in a row, someone needs to stop me? Like,
is it 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
You've now won 10 RCS events in a row.
Okay.
It's very weird that I have to tell you what your history is right now.
Big House 10.
Go follow this man, by the way.
No sets dropped.
At CakeAssault.
Go
follow him.
10 RCS wins in a row. LMAO. Is there? What should I add to it? 10 in a row. LMAO.
I mean, I think that's good. I think that's good.
LMAO. LOL. Hashtag
Sure.
Cake sweep. Hashtag Cake wins again.
Yes.
Hashtag Big House 10:3. Okay.
There we go. There we
Good to go. So
yeah, that is 10 in a row for you. The next 2 big events, Heatwave and Genesis, are you going to both of those?
I am.
Okay.
I think.
How are you feeling? Normally when I ask this question, the how are you feeling is the like, do you think you're able to do it? I feel like it's a different question now. How are you feeling going into the end of this season with how dominant it has been?
I don't know, I'm fine. I feel fantastic. I could take on the world.
Well, no, who do you think would have the best chance of getting that upset currently?
Sego, Tapscott.
Current Tapscott's very scary.
Mike,
if Mike actually goes to something.
If he entered, if he played again. It's really just good Rasters, good Elianas. Kusi could do it. ZeeBee's Mollo, I mean, every time that we see ZeeBee's Mollo, it's so much better than it was last time.
We noted that, yeah. It went from being like, oh, it's a little bit of a gimmick to like, oh, this is real and legit and very scary now.
Yeah, and so now it's like I really have to play super patient, and I think the patience only works right now because he's still figuring it out. I think like he's gonna figure it out, and then it's like I really have to do something.
Yeah.
And so
what is your current game plan against a lot of the both Mollo specifically, but also Workshop, the new characters that you're like still figuring out counterplay stuff for?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
What is your game plan going against some of the new characters currently?
I mean the game plan is obviously like different for all of them.
Sure.
But for Olympia, for example, Olympia's big weakness is that Olympia can approach. Olympia's neutral is really bad. Yeah. So if you just play keep away a little bit, and then you just you force Olympia to do something, and then you punish that option. Easy neutral wins against Olympia. Against Hodan, I feel like there's probably more to Hodan, but right now we see Hodan's...
I don't think anyone's pushed Hodan the way that some of the other characters are being yet.
Yeah. It's, like, the big thing is, like, how do we beat them in neutral, right? And Hodan's neutral is very focused around Sweat Spirits, and then when they realize it's not working, they have to, like, rip a dash attack, which is very...
super committal.
Yeah, very committal. Yeah, or, like, forward or something like that. You know, similarly committal, and they're big moves that take up a lot of space, but it's... You if you deal with those Sweat Spirits like properly and you just keep parrying them over and over to a neutral, then you just have to deal with those two moves for the most part. And then Mollo, you know.
Yeah, no, we just saw Mollo. I mean, like, what was when, especially as the set went on, because it seemed like ZeeBee was starting to figure out some more stuff, but you were still one step ahead. Was there anything that you were specifically looking for while fighting him?
No, I feel like I stumbled into victory against just Mollo.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
All right.
There was one moment when it was last stock, like 100% for both of us, Game 3 in Trapple, I wanted the top platform. And for some reason, my brain forgot that the huge bomb was there. The finisher was there. And so I go to the top platform, and then I see the finisher about to explode, and I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm like, this would be the game.
It's not just the one bomb, but the fact that ZeeBee is very content to like have 4 on the screen at a time. Yeah, it's just like, how do you deal with all of this?
That's another thing, is that recently he's figured out how to use Firecracker, and he's figuring out how to swap between them and use them all together. And that's scary, because it used to just be, okay, he's going to throw out the finisher. If he's not using the finisher, he's using the cherry bomb.
The standard.
Yeah, and so it was like, okay, I only have to deal with 2 of them. And now it's like he's using all of them. And it's like, okay, this is more...
And there's still like 2 more. And it's just like, as ZeeBee figures out the full kit, it's just going to be scarier.
Yeah, a lot of it, I think, is being able to use the bombs yourself. First of all, like a lot of the time, I was hitting the bombs with F-tilt. Sometimes it was dash attack. I don't think dash attack's very good for it, but like I just needed it away. I needed it away because otherwise his F smash is amazing at hitting it towards me, and it's like I want to take the control away from him, no matter, even if it's like a mediocre option to hit it away. You just can't have it.
So going back to, instead of just like actual gameplay and mechanics, the kind of the story of this season has been like, who can beat you? Because you like you just said, 10 in a row. Other than Skyline, which wasn't an RCS event anyways, you are now undefeated on LAN since 2019.
That is true, but count Skyline.
I know, but we're
still an offline tournament.
No, it's offline. It was just the weird, like, doesn't count for RCS. I mean, both kind of looking at the current game, as well as like we know the Rivals 2 is coming in a couple years. Like, this might be the most dominant we have ever seen someone in this game. Do you think it is?
Yeah, I think. I mean, it's the same level of dominance as like Ralph when the game came out, and like Full Stream when Full Stream was between the period of like Ralph and me, it was Full Stream. Yeah. It's that same level of dominance, but I think it's longer than either of them have had their streak.
You've eclipsed them.
Yeah, because
at this point.
I mean, it's been like over a year without dropping a tournament, which I don't think either of them had. But also, it's like. I mean, obviously there was...
And it's also literally 1 set. You've dropped 1 set all year,
I
think.
The Kusi set was really close.
It was close.
Yeah.
You've been close on a few.
I was worried about that,
You've been close against that, and then it was Tapscott at that one.
Dinos, too.
Yeah. But nobody's been able to make you bleed.
No. I've had my close calls, though. I always pick it up. Make those adaptations.
Yeah. Well, is there anything that you want to say to the folks that are watching at home, either about Rivals or just like... Literally, do your shout-outs. What do you want to plug right now?
Shout-outs to my linear algebra professor for letting me take the midterm on Monday instead of Friday.
I love that. Cool.
Yeah. Shout outs to Rivals, cool game. Please play it if you're watching it and you haven't given it a shot. Shout outs to Melee, cool game.
Also a cool game.
Yeah.
Yep. You wearing the shirt right now?
I am. I bought this yesterday, I think, and I'm really happy about it because it's cold in this venue.
It has been chilly.
Back here, it's been okay. Out in the when you're near a crowd, it's okay. But like, oh my god, being on stage.
Was it a little chilly up there?
At first it was. Like my first set against Kusi, my hands were freezing. The whole time I'm like putting my hands up to my neck 'cause it's warm there, and like under the.
Yep, you got it.
Like, yeah, exactly. And it's like, oh my god, so cold. It got warmer, but oh my god, in the beginning, it was unbelievable.
I didn't know it was that bad.
I was gonna ask someone in the crowd for their sweatshirt. I didn't. I was gonna put it over this, and I was gonna have 3 layers, just playing a set.
Yep.
But I think I don't have much more to say.
No.
Follow me on Twitter.
Yep, you did it.
CakeAssault.
We can wrap up if we want. Yep, we got a little bit more for you guys. We do need to make a huge shout out to some of our sponsors. GPICs are going to come back for that. We have been Rivals. Thank you so much for checking us out.
All right, thanks for the interview.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, not me. Never mind. I'm staying.
You know what I realized while I was standing out there? Had a moment to breathe. I got to check in with my body. I realized I'm really hungry. Like I am starving. I didn't have
running on adrenaline.
Yeah, I haven't had the chance to think about at all what's inside of me, and I know that's the same for everybody at home, right? Like take a moment, breathe, and I'm sure you're gonna hear your stomach screaming at you.
Do you have any like thing that you're thinking about? Any food options?
Well, I have Grubhub Plus, so that's what I tend to lean towards whenever I'm just completely glued to my screen, just a whole day of fantastic esports, right? That way, I guess I just go in the middle, especially when you have like a little break between games, right? Between blocks, you can go on Grubhub and use the code ALTPANDA to get your first Grubhub order of $15 or more.
Save $5.
You save $5 on it. And the thing is about this one, guys, is that this code is going to be valid all month of October, but there's only 100 uses per week. You can't just sit on this. Like,
no, you got to get on there.
When I get home, I am going to use this code like immediately because I am trying to get as much discounted as possible. I am lazy. I don't
take this from the Grubhub expert himself.
Yes, guys, you're going to want to go ahead and use this thing. I mean, first of all, thanks Grubhub so much for supporting this event. This is a big part of why we're even able to be here to talk about Rivals of Aether with you guys, to get to watch this. And it is a tremendously useful service, especially for days like these. And with all that being said, I am GPIC, GrubPick.
Okay. I've been Wisely. Thank you so much. It's been an amazing top 8, and I thank you again for Big House for just having us here. I was going to say we'll see you later. You have Smash 64 top 8 coming up next.